In the beginning of dyeing my hair, it actually turned out fine because I did it the right way. You know, I went to the professionals. I went to a hair salon and they did it with love and care. They didn't put too much bleach. They put streaks in it. They did a lot of healthy stuff to it. But I think I just started to get really impatient with that. I wanted to dye my whole hair one color and I was tired of streaks and I didn't want to go to a salon to do it. And I thought, you know what? I want to be bold and I want to do it myself. So one night I had a girls' night with my friends and we all decided to help each other dye our hair. And I think the reason that it worked for them and not me is because they had straight hair and they knew how to do that. They had experience with dyeing straight hair. And I, being the naive teenager that I was, thought, hey, I got this. I can dye my hair. It's just like straight hair. Boy, was I wrong. I even argued with my mom. She tried to warn me and I did not listen. I thought, no, you know what, I got this. I can do it like the professionals and it'll be great. It'll be like I just walked out of a salon. Are you happy, Mom? You were right. My hair looked awful. But I really did not think that it was like that at the time. I wanted my hair to be a nice bright red and it turned out to be a cotton candy kind of pink, with random streaks of like different shades of red and pink throughout my hair. And I was so excited because I thought that it was really unique and nobody else had hair like that, and I thought it was really cool. I'm pretty sure now that I think about it, it was just because nobody else wanted to do that to their hair. But I loved it. And that's honestly when my hair just went downhill from there. One of the hardest things about tending to red hair is that it fades really quickly because it's really light. And I struggled with that just like everybody else does. It would stay bright red for like 3 days and then just fade into an awful orange color that did not agree with me. And after a couple of months of battling with that, I decided to give up and just dye a jet black. And that really did work for quite a while, but I started to get bored again. So I wanted to keep my hair black but still do something a little bit different, so I went into this blue black, which was what they said on the bottle, which was mainly black with a hint of blue. And you know, it looked great for about 2 weeks. And after that, it started to fade into an interesting green. What was even worse was that the green would actually stick to my ends, and no matter how many times I dyed it back, it would stay green at the end. So it was a nice bluish black color at the top, and then my ends would be a terrible green. And I realize now that that was because my ends had become so damaged and so straight that they were honestly dead, and they couldn't take to different colors anymore. They just had to be the color that they were, which unfortunately was green. And this wasn't some like, I don't know, cute bright green, but it was more of like a dirty grass green, which just did not look good. And you know, I struggled with that for like the remainder of my bad hair days, of just trying to dye it back, to just trying to dye it to get that green color out, and it really would never leave. And all that dyeing caused my hair to become so damaged that it was really straight at the ends and really curly at the top, and it looked really bad. And you know, because it got so damaged curly, I couldn't really wear it like that anymore, so I just decided to straighten my hair every day for a really long period of time. And that's honestly one of the worst things I probably could have done to my hair, because that was just increasing the damage. And I got to a point where I really didn't know what to do. I needed a change, but I refused to cut my hair because I really didn't want it to be short. And at that point, I needed to cut it really short because the ends had just grown up my hair. So I was stuck. I didn't know where to turn. So eventually I went to the internet, everybody's favorite advice giver. And along that way, I found some great tips on what to do to help nurse my hair back to life. I found some really cool YouTubers who gave great advice and put me on some great hair products that honestly saved my hair. I started watching Sunkissed Alba and Jasmine Brown, people like that. They really did help save my hair. And I definitely did start to notice a change once I started going to more natural hair products, and I started doing deep conditions, and I stopped dyeing my hair and I stopped straightening it. I just wore it the way it was, even though it looked awful. I kind of just put it in a bun most days, so you couldn't really tell. But I was still at a standstill with my ends. I really didn't want to cut them off. I was kind of trying to use these natural products to help heal them back to life. But I think, honestly, I was at a point of no return, and I eventually just had to kind of face it, that I had to cut my hair really short in order for it to get back to its natural, nice form. So that brings me on to the next stage in my hair, which was the big chop, which I'm sure most of you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that. A lot of us have had our stories where we've had to cut our hair really short because we've damaged it from straightening it and dyeing it and just all kinds of stuff. I was actually really excited with how it turned out. It honestly brought so much life back to my hair. It was happy and it was healthy and it was bouncy and it just loved me again. I didn't like the fact that it was short, but I was really happy with the fact that it was healthy again.